Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. Welcome to episode 7 of Mini-Mandala Mondays. Today I'm actually creating this video on Sunday, December 25th, which means that it is Christmas. So I spent the day with my husband and 2 children who are 17 and 18. We opened gifts, we had brunch and invited the grandparents over. We spent the day just being cozy inside, doing crafts and just kind of hanging out, playing games and such. So for today's mandala, I wanted to do a Christmas theme. So as always, I'm going to start with a coin. I am using a penny, but you can use any round object that you have. I'm using a Micron PN plastic nib pen, a graphite pencil for drawing and shading, and a tortillon for blending. I also have a little piece of scrap paper I'm going to use today. So if you've got a piece of scrap paper laying around, please go ahead and grab that as well. Okay, we're going to start by picking up our pen and putting our coin anywhere on our paper. And we're going to trace it all the way around. Just like to start our mandalas with a circular pattern in the middle. Okay. Now I'm going to switch to pencil. And I'm going to draw a line across the center of my circle. I'm doing it very lightly. I'm going to extend that out both sides. Then I'm going to draw a line down, right down the center. We're creating our grid. And now I'm going to go out those corners. Trying to make these areas as equal as I can. Okay, and then for today's drawing, we're going to add another layer to this grid. So I'm not going to do inside here. I'm going to go to the outside of my circle, and I'm going to go from the center here to the center out this way. So I'm just breaking those sections up one more time. These don't have to be perfect. These are meant to be simple mandalas, not using all the fancy tools. All right, once I break all of those up, I'm going to stop for just a minute. You can step back, take a look, make sure things look pretty even to you. And this is where we're going to use our scrap paper. I'm going to use this like a ruler, and I'm just going to go up maybe about an inch, going up and making a little notch. And then I can make a notch on my paper, and I'm going to go around to each line and add just a little dash in there. This will just help me keep this larger outer circle the same size all the way around. So I don't always use this method, but sometimes it's just a good idea to keep things a little bit even. Going all the way around, still using my pencil. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to connect these lines with a little bit of a curve to each one. And I'm drawing this circular grid on the outside. Nice and gentle with my pencil. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch to pen. Okay, in the center, we're going to take our pen. Ooh, I picked up the wrong pen. Okay, got my PN pen. And I'm going to make another circle on the inside of this one. Just going parallel to that line. Like that. And on the inside of our mandala today, I'm going to do a little line coming down, not quite halfway. And I'm going to add a circle. And 2 little loops on top like a bow. And I'm going to draw a little ornament. There we go, our cute little center. Okay, so now we've got this grid around the outside, and what we're going to do is we're going to start at the top with this very top center line, and I'm going to draw a tree, and I'm going to repeat that tree all the way around. So what I want to do is grab my pencil, and I want to do a circle all the way around the outside. Not very big, but that will keep the size of my trees about the same. Okay, so on this first section here, I'm going to start at the top and make the top of my tree. Then I'm going to go in on both sides and then come out a little bit further. And then in and then out all the way to this corner here. So there and there. And then in this space down here, I'm going to put a trunk in the bottom of my tree. It's so cute. Okay, now I go to this next section. And I start at the top, and I do those first 2 little branches, go in on both sides, go out again, out and out, in, and then I go all the way down to those bottom corners. And right here I put my little trunk. And connect those bottoms. Same thing on the next one. This looks a little off center to me, so I'm going to adjust just a little bit. My top lines, my middle, and my bottom. All of our mandalas so far in this series have had just shapes, no real pictures that we're repeating. So it's kind of fun to do one that has a repeating image. I'm working in a little 5-inch book here, and I'm turning it as I go. So it's a little bit easier to draw. And just like the other mandalas that we have done, we get that muscle memory going of repeating those shapes over and over. Some of them are a little thinner than others, some are a little wider than others. That's okay. This is meant to be relaxing, not stressful. I've got one more to go. You could repeat the same design over and over again with different looking trees or other objects. It's so cute. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to trace this circle that we made with our pencil, making sure to touch the top of each of those trees. All the way around, like that. Okay, now I'm going to repeat kind of the same idea that I did here with the ornament. I'm going to come down these middle lines about halfway, and then you can add a star or a circular ornament or whatever you would like, but I'm going to do kind of a long heart. And on top, I'm going to put that little ribbon. So come down, a long heart, and a ribbon. Come down. I feel like this is turning out so cute. And I love making these simpler mandalas that don't take a lot of time, don't take a lot of materials. You can make them anywhere that you are by just starting with that circular shape. Okay, now that we've got those done, I'm going to decorate the trees a little bit. So I'm just going to put some circular ornaments on each tree. Just little dots. They don't even have to be the same on each tree. I like how it created this little pattern around here that looks like rectangles. It's so fun. Okay, now I'm going to do another line. I'm going to make it in pencil first, and then I'll trace it in pen. And I'm going to put this line about a pencil width around. And I'm just going to do it nice and carefully all the way around, turning my sketchbook as I go. Do it in pencil first to make sure you like how it looks. And then if you like it, go ahead and take your pen and trace it. As you can see, mine is not perfect. It gets a little wide, a little narrow. That's okay. And then at the top of each tree, I'm going to draw this little kind of a shiny star pattern by putting a plus sign and then a tiny X and a couple of dots. So I'm going to put that little plus sign and an X and a couple of dots. You can put anything you want on top of your tree. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. That's okay. Loosen your grip on your pen, relax your hand. So right here, I put this extra line on accident. So I could extend it and do it on every heart. Or what I'm going to do is actually add my initials, KB. So it looks like I did that on purpose. Okay. Now to finish this off, I'm going to put these little bump outs all the way around. I find these to be very relaxing. And it just gives a delicate edge to our work. Remembering to let my pen do the work, relaxing my hand. All the way around. I'm going to leave mine empty today, but you are welcome to fill these in with cute little designs or patterns. You're welcome to add another layer along the outside. But mine is going to be done right there. I love it. I'm going to put my pen top back on. I'm going to pick up my pencil and do a little bit of shading. So the first thing I'm drawn to is the trees, and I'm going to put shading on the outside of my trees. So just adding a little bit of graphite to the outside. I want those trees to look like they're coming forward and they're stepping a little bit away from the paper. Sometimes the shading is the most fun part because we get to kind of see how it turns out. It's like a little surprise. Doing every tree. And I'm just doing the tops of the tree right now, but I'll go back and do the bottom part in a minute. Okay, I'm going to take my blending tool, my tortillon, and I'm just going to push that out towards the center of that area, pushing it away from the tree. Look at how it makes those trees really stand out. Go all the way around them. You want the darkest part to be right against the tree, and you want it to be a smooth transition out towards that white area. Nice and smooth. It's amazing how that changes our picture. So I have on my YouTube channel, I have my mandalas. I also have Zentangle videos, which is a method of drawing, doing one line at a time. And in both sets of videos, I tend to just use pen and pencil and shading. I don't use very much color. So there are lots of people out there who are very creative and love adding color to their pieces. So please feel free to do that. I just tend to do this. Okay, now I'm going to take my pencil again, and I'm going to put some shading under the trees and down the sides of each stem. Under the trees, down the stem, the outside of the stem. And same thing, just softening those and spreading that out. Leaving some white space in the middle for that contrast. Now I'm going to go around the ornament. And I'm going to go around the interior of this circle. And I'm going to push that towards the center. And push this one out towards the center. So pretty. I think I'm going to leave the hearts the way that they are. And I'm going to come up here and put a little bit of graphite at the top of this line. So one thing fun about mandalas is when you're putting your shapes in, sometimes you create shapes accidentally. And I love that we made these little trees. But if you look closely, this white part here looks like an upside down tree. But this area looks like a tree. Isn't that cute how we made almost a whole nother set of trees? Okay, so I put this pencil line here, and I'm also going to put a little bit on the inside of that outer line. I'm going to soften both of those and push them towards the center. So do both sides of that. I apologize if that sounds loud in the microphone. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. And again, I'm going to leave this outside area blank, but if you want to add some cute little shapes to it, or even add an outline around the outside of that, go right ahead. But there is our Christmas mini mandala. Please initial your work. I initialed mine where I made a little mistake. Initial your work, and I always date my work and I write a little journal entry about what's on my mind. And today being Christmas, there's a lot that I could write about this mandala today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope that yours was wonderful. If you do not celebrate Christmas, then I hope you had a wonderful week with your family. And we'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.